Heads. It's a tail. Barry to break, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First frame, Barry Hawkins to break.
So here we go then. Barry Hawkins to get us underway, the 1986 World Snooker Champion. Joe Johnson alongside me, Philip Stubb for this one, and it could be a really close affair, Joe.
Yes, well, the head-to-head is 5 each. So, yeah, everything points to it being close. Ricky Walden started to play back to form again. Great player. 4 centuries already this week. So that tells you he's playing well. The black doesn't go. He's just looking to see if the pink goes to the middle, because he could take this red on. He'd only leave this red that he's playing if he did take it on. Good crowd in this afternoon to watch these two. Had a great game against Ali Carter, who was playing very well indeed. Played superbly, Ali Carter, against j.trump. So he did finish up taking the red on. Didn't leave anything. Unintended kiss on the blue, but I think he's got fortunate there. Doesn't want to hit that middle pocket bump, and now careless. He caught the red a little bit too thick. Ball nearly in the green pocket area. So first chance goes to Ricky. Caught it a little bit too thin.
One.
So I would suspect just the snooker. He may have taken the brown on had the blue not been there.
Ricky Walden, 1.
This pair have had a couple of very close battles at the World Championship, both of which Ricky Walden lost. Hawkins coming from 12-8 down to beat him 17-14 in the 2013 semi-finals. And the following year they met again and Hawkins won 13-11.
Yeah, I seem to remember that By quite a distance in the World Championship. In the semi-final. And Barry Hawkins back at him. Well, I don't think he could have played that any better unless the red goes to the middle. Like, he can get to the red next to the black. A little unfortunate there.
1.
Well, the green leads him to this red to the corner, which then leads him to the black. So this is a good chance for Ricky Walden. Unless he can play that red just behind the pink corner and the right middle. Oh, great chance this. Didn't quite come far enough. So may take the pink.
Made the round of 16 right at the start of this season in Australia, Ricky Walden, and that is as good as it's got for him until now. He was beaten 6-0 at the Masters by Mark
11.
Selby, but he's still ranked officially at 11, provisionally at 10. Perhaps he's saving the best till last.
Well, he's got that kind of a game, hasn't he, to go all the way on him. And came so close to get into the final of the World Championship when he played Barry Hawkins there.
Yeah, I think that's a match that he should probably have won, actually. 12-8 up. Perhaps assumed that victory would follow. And he caught a cold in the end. Hawkins fighting back superbly to win by 3 frames, 17-14. But he is a 3-time. In fact, when he won his ranking title, it was a veritable who in terms of his victims. Steve Davis, Stephen Hendry, Neil Robertson, Mark Selby and Ronnie O'Sullivan to win the title.
Doesn't get any harder than that.
That was 8 years ago. Since then he's added the Wuxi Classic and the International Championship a couple of years back. So all of his success has come in China.
$27.
Goes to this right corner pocket. He can concentrate on the pink. That's 3 to all 4 pockets, scoring pockets.
35.
Well, the other side of the pink, you might just have enough angle the pink here to force the cue ball across. Same pocket. Well, very nicely. The black's still available.
$41. 42.
Well, this could set the pattern of this match. If he can win the frame at this visit, that he's got to play well.
50.
And once again, he could have done with the cue ball just travelling another inch or so. Having to hit this at pace now to get onto that red by the black. Oh, well. Come. Behind the black.
56.
Kick. Did sound slightly dull contact. Not safe yet.
No, doesn't want to hit the black. Nicely played. A little too hard, so he looked at this.
Would suffice.
Well, he could try and play him behind the ground, behind the brown, just coming off the green. Leave the cue ball where it is now. Leave Hawkins hampered over the green. Well, I think he's playing the blue. Pushing the blue safe, and that's a wise choice.
7.
So Ricky Walden in control of this frame. He has the insurance of the blue on the side cushion, which he's just pushed. So it would mean that Hawkins could only tie with blacks.
Good pace on the cue ball. Hawkins. Caught it much too thick. So chance for Barry Hawkins, and really there's only the blue safe. The black will go to the right corner. Also the red just above it. A good one to play onto at some stage. Well, he flipped the red,
1.
and that has made the shot so much more difficult. So I'm thinking of bringing the blue into play, playing the safety.
Barry Hawkins, 1.
Well, I'm not sure if he's got the snooker. Needed to be a little harder. He's a little careless there from Barry Hawkins to have missed the snooker. Could have brought the blue into play, played the safety behind one of the baulk colours. Well, you could see what he intended, to hit the red coming from behind, and he's played an excellent safety. Well, the double kiss, and that's left Hawkins with another good chance. He could try and play for the black here, and if he's a little too hard, he's got the pink. Can afford to take a...
1.
Red a little closer to the pocket.
8.
And this has turned into a tough one. Right. That speed. And it is a generous pocket. I've seen it all week. Too hard for cut. Can afford to take
6.
a...
17.
And again, he could have done with in the cue ball. He's got to take a black with this red.
A 23. 24.
Done with a little bit more speed in the cue ball. The yellow now. Played it well. Now he did nudge the blue off the cushion. And that could just come to his aid here. He can take that blue down the cushion. Oh, he's overscrewed it.
36.
Oh, just a little bit too much adrenaline in that shot. Angle to drop in behind the blue. Tough pot though.
By a single point. It would be a great steal if he could do it.
Hawkins,
May
36.
get the snooker. I think Ricky Walden will be delighted.
Angle, easy enough to hit, but he's got to leave it safe.
Well, I thought he would have just pushed it to the cushion, but he trusted to luck a little. Could have just come off the cushion and pushed the brown to the baulk cushion. Okay, he'd have left an easy safety shot, but he wouldn't have left the brown on.
I think he tried to pot it, didn't he?
Wait for this. Wait for this.
Foul.
Well,
Ricky Walden, 4.
what a let-off for Ricky Walden.
Snooker's now required. That wasn't special from Hawkins.
And that seals it. It's going to go to Ricky Walden. Did have his chances, but he overscrewed the green with too much to do on the brown.
Three snookers required.
Ricky Walden, 4 and the free.
And Barry Hawkins trying to play for them, particularly. He was going to find himself tight behind the short break of 57, enough for Hawkins. Helping him to get over the line in the opening frame, although Hawkins did have a chance to pinch it, a couple in fact. And the shot on the brown, which he missed to left centre and saw the cue ball drop into the corner, cooked his goose. So, first frame Walden, our first semi-final, the first to 6 now to go through to the showpiece tomorrow, and the chance to play for £100,000. That would be more than double what Ricky Walden has earned so far this season. So a big opportunity for both of these players, neither of which have hit top form so far during the 2015-16 campaign. Hawkins highlight the final of the Masters, of course. Terrific performance against j.trump in the semis before he was well beaten by Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final in London at the start of the year. Walden to break in frame 2.
Well, that's not the best break-off. Chance for Barry Hawkins. Would have to play up for the blue. Don't think he's quite got the angle to stun around the back of the black. It's close. Well, it was a little risky that, because that red along the cushion, along the black cushion, would have tempted, I'm sure, Barry Hawkins. But it's gone in. He's on the black, and he could play to open the reds.
Eight.
Yeah, it's not the ideal angle. That red behind the black.
$16.
It's a terrific shot, and he's left it. Although if he plays it with a lot of topspin, he might just catch that red behind the black, so he can't afford to play it too hard. Yep, he caught the red. All the topspin through the cue ball into the red.
Ricky Walden, 24.
Yes, that red on the side cushion was always a danger. And he could have left something easier for Ricky Walden. Maybe a thin cut to the right corner, but it's a tough one. And that red by the yellow, he knows he's going to be leaving that if he misses it. So it looks like he's chosen the six. Well, this time Barry Hawkins can see the red, and the safety is difficult, so he may Leaves the cue ball. So great for the blue.
One.
Now, has it just gone
Six.
a little too far? Wow, that's very tight. Just see enough of it.
7.
That's another good. Pop that off the far angle. So he could play the cannon to that loose red.
$14.
And that could have worked out better. This red goes. It's okay. Yep.
15.
Had a good chance till he overscrewed the green.
$23. $30. 31. 9.
Made 21. As Ricky Walden looks on and hopes he gets. Made 14 century breaks this year. Moments to go.
Yet to make one. This is a decent chance. First job is
47.
Well, really well. He was a little cued the green too well. Just over
54.
30 points the lead.
$62. 63.
39 the lead. So the black and one more red will suffice to level them up, barring snookers.
Well, it full ball on the pink, leaves in the reds. Doesn't need to play that. Could head to the right of the pink. It needs one more red after the black.
$70.
Should be a formality. Crowd aware that that was the key ball for Hawkins. So a start to this semi-final. Break of 57 from Walden.
78.
Hawkins hitting straight back. The piece. It does have a 6-5 kind of feel.
86. 87.
Yes, it's very strange, isn't it? Ricky Walden's had 206 centuries career. Barry Hawkins 200. For Barry Hawkins, 23 for Ricky Walden. I've never known two players as close. For Barry Hawkins, 16. And there's another one.
And they're
15.
both playing their first semi-final season. Both having failed to get past the last 16 in a ranking event
106.
up until this tournament. As far as we know, they don't share a house. But he's taken these exceptionally well, Hawkins. The
112.
perfect response to losing the first frame, which he might have pinched. Showing how well he's cueing. A clearance of 119, excellent stuff from Hawkins. And he levels the match in style. Ricky Walden won, Barry Hawkins won. 6 is the target for a place in the final. The Players' Championship snooker are. And then Barry Hawkins clearing the table with 119. So one piece in this their 11th meeting. They've both won 5 in the past, albeit that Hawkins has had the better of the most high-profile meetings. 2 at the World Championship, 17-14, 13-11. That said, Walden did beat 5 at the Masters a couple of years ago for a really close encounter. There's Joe Johnson's disco glitter ball, which he's kindly donated for the week.
Thank you. Frame 3.
Yes, I want it back now.
Barry Hawkins to break.
He's got matching shoes. Later on, of course, our second semi-final featuring Shaun Murphy and Mark Allen. Murphy coming through a real nail-biter in the end last night against Ben Wollaston.
Well, this is the second time that Hawkins has broke off and left this red. And this looks like a free go. It'd be on the black. So made the adjustment, but a little too much. kiss on the brown. Has left a red to the left corner. He got him with a long red in the last frame by Hawkins. And the cue ball looks to be going into the red next to it, so position not guaranteed. Yep, not worth the risk if you can't get position. Just caught it that little bit too thick, and I think he has left that red next to the black. Yeah, just caught the red, and now he's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to hide that red. That's over the right corner pocket. That's the one. He could take the blue one. Very risky to do so.
Ricky Walden, 1.
The red, that's closest to the pocket. It's not really close enough to come off the cushion, although he may have no choice but to try and play that shot. Or just try and land up to the red and hope he doesn't go in off. Although if he did go in off, it wouldn't be a disaster. He's had a look at landing up to the red, and I think that's his best alternative. Doesn't want to go in off. And he'll settle for that. And he did leave the red. This red is cuttable to the right corner. The red is cuttable, but it's pretty thin. Well, he's got the same scenario with that long red. It looks like the cue ball's going into the reds. Well, the kiss could have been worse. Cue ball's closest.
Foul. Ricky Walden, 4.
Well, this looks like a free go. This red to the left corner. If he leaves the cue ball where the red is, he'd be on the blue. Oh, so close. And he could only leave the red he was playing on. Yes, he could play thin off those reds around the pink spot area, but he's concerned about the cannon onto the red. That's in the middle of the table. Managed to miss it, and that red, well, that's a bonus. I don't think he played that one. But he didn't hold his hand up, so maybe he did.
Brown ball.
Big trouble for Barry Hawkins.
Ricky Walden, 1.
Well, this is going to take some thinking. Ideally, I'd like to land up to one of the reds on the black cushion. Either the one closest to the right corner or the one closest to the left corner, but getting to the left corner looks almost impossible to get. That's what he's looking at, but he's got the black to contend with, the two reds just to the right of the black and the one above it. Looks easier to get to that one nearest the right corner. Now, I think he'll be happy with that. Unless he can pot this red just above the black spot. The one along the cushion is potable, but difficult to get up for the blue. That was the one. Needs to slow down just enough. So now a good chance. Like to get the black back on its spot as soon as possible. He was in lots of trouble there, Barry Hawkins. That's not the best shot he's ever played.
3.
If he played for that red just to the right of the black, then it's a good foot too hard. Needs a recovery shot. And that's good.
4.
Now, can he get to the black? Hasn't looked to the black yet. Has now.
Eleven.
Well,
12.
caught the red nicely. Potted the red, but had to catch the other red. And a little unfortunate to have finished close to the cushion. But just needs to drop the blue in. He'd have the red to the right corner. Oh, but he's missed the blue.
12. Ricky Walden.
And worse still, he's left the red to the left corner. And we know that Hawkins is playing well.
One. Fire. Thank you. 1. Barry Hawkins. 7. Ricky Walden.
Well, has he fouled a red there as he was cueing the black? He's done something.
Yeah, I think he caught the red, look. Yep, just with his cue.
Immediately confessed the foul. Colin Humphreys, our referee, thanking Hawkins. What a let-off for Walden.
1.
Yes, it certainly was. Just over screwed the red originally. Left himself hampered.
Six. Seven.
Well, not the best angle on the black, but he might have to come in and out of balk. Come back down the table. Doesn't want the kiss on the blue. Although
14.
that's finished up okay. Choice of 2 reds.
$15. $20. 21.
45 points the difference, but not the best angle on the black to play for those three reds all congregated together. So may have to play for the ones on the cushion. Could have done without playing for those. .52 points the lead.
28.
This red and the black.
29.
Good pot. Clean and decisive. Just the black needed.
So the foul by Barry Hawkins in touching the red when he was potting the black has proved to be very costly. He will feel as though these points should be his.
.41. 42. 47. 48.
Both players are looking good when they're in amongst the balls. Walden's second half century of the match, Hawkins having made a 119 clearance, and he would have fancied doing something similar
55.
had he not touched that red with his cue. He was addressing the black.
56.
Walden has punished that bit of bad luck in style.
61. 63. Ricky Walden, 63.
Break of 63 from Ricky Walden after Barry Hawkins touched a red inadvertently with his cue. When he was going for the black, he didn't get another shot, and Walden restores his lead. 2-1, the first to 6 to go through to tomorrow's final, and it's an impressive standard so far. We'll have fourth frame up.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Event City,
Ricky Walden,
where Ricky Walden has just restored his advantage in our first semi-final here at the Players' Championship Snooker. 2-1 he leads. Barry Hawkins a little unlucky, just brushing a red with his cue. When he was trying to pot the black, he was right in amongst them, and he didn't get another shot, Joe, because Ricky Walden punished him by clearing up.
Yes, it wasn't the 7 points though, was it? It was the missed black that cost him it. He'd have still left the balls on even without the foul, but it was the shot previous where he just overstunned, potting the red into the corner and left himself slightly hampered, and it cost him the frame.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind betting that touching that red caused him to miss the black.
And he's not going to get away with this one. He's just got to sit and wait and hope Ricky Walden doesn't win the frame at this visit, because the balls are split quite nicely. Now he could go into the cluster here. He's got the insurance of 2 reds either side of the pack. It looks ideal just to go into them. And that's just what he has done. He's opened them up nicely.
Eight. Nine. $16.
A very welcome return to form for Ricky Walden this week in Manchester. We've mentioned already he's struggled for most of the season. Just 1 round of 16 appearance. That was in the very first tournament he played.
17.
Since then, not much to write home about. So to come here, make 4 century breaks, not really be threatened so far in the draw, and reach another major semi-final, well, that'll give him a huge boost for the remainder of the season. He just scraped through in his first round of the China Open, so he will be heading to the Far East. Beat Barry Pinch's 5-4 in the round of 128. And maybe just edging that one, which he might have lost, has given him the boost he required. He's got his confidence back and he's playing really well again.
Yes, and that's the thing, isn't it, with the top 16 players, that they've got the ability because they got there in the top 16 in the first place, and every now and then when they do get the confidence, they can have a really good run
25.
in tournaments. And this could well be Ricky Walden's.
Well, he's guaranteed £25,000 already, which is more than half of his entire earnings for this season to date.
32.
And of course, if he gets to the final, he can play for 100,000.
33.
That would be comfortably his biggest payday.
He has made a maximum break in tournament play back in 2011. That's 5 reds, 5 blacks.
40. 41.
One more easy red, and then the pack needs some attention. Well, actually there is another red to the right corner, and that would free the one next to it.
48.
It's
49. 56.
Yes, you can just see enough of that red, and that releases the one next to it into the left corner.
57.
Now has the angle to go into them or play for that red. Now the choice is his. Played for the loose red.
64.
Still wouldn't be enough if you potted this red and another black. 72, but 75 left.
65.
Needs another red to get the frame safe. And rightfully so, playing for the loose red. Although he's just overdone it slightly.
72.
Just needs the red.
£12,000 on offer if you can make a maximum here in Manchester this week. 10,000 for the 147, 2,000 on top for the highest break. Sure, Walden's thinking about that. First he has to make the frame safe.
Well, that's the frame
73.
safe, but it's going to be difficult to get onto the next red. The black is available. Now, is there a red in the middle of that cluster that will go to the middle? I think there may be, you know. But holding for it is going to be something else.
As things stand, Hawkins needs 2 snookers.
Ricky Walden,
No.
73.
No 147. But Ricky Walden should have done enough for a lead with that break of 73.
Was it 76? It was 73 in this frame.
We talked about the similarities earlier. There's another one.
Yes, he missed that because he had to get up for the black. So, a half chance here. Put the frame to bed. Well, the black going towards the cushion certainly helps, and I was surprised not to see him go for the red there, because it would have been end of frame. But with the black going on the cushion, a more favourable shot.
.95 is outstanding.
Well, he could go for the cut on this red and try and bring the black into play. Need to play it with right hand side on the cue ball.
Be disappointed he didn't make that red disappear, which would have ended the frame. Hawkins still requiring 2 snookers though.
Well, he looked at the back double here off the black, and he's landed in a good spot, to be fair. If he were to play the double.
Well, that is
Barry
definitely
concede.
the end of the frame. Quick nod of the head between the 2 players, so it's Ricky Walden who's had much the better of that little mini session. And he's taken it by 3 frames to 1 with breaks of 57, 63 and 73. So what can Hawkins do to turn this around? A bit more room for manoeuvre in a best of 11 than a best of 7. So a long way still to go, but Walden playing the best snooker of the season by far for him. And indeed both players enjoying their best ranking performance of the season. Their first semi-final appearance. Neither having gone beyond the round of 16 previously during the 2015-16 campaign.
Well, what a terrific pot that was from Barry Hawkins, using the other red to stay on the black, and he couldn't have played that any better. Yep, you can see enough of that. I think what he's looking at is screwing back past the red to be able to take the red into the same pocket. Well, that could have landed better. Played that one well. Could so easily have got the cover there behind the red. But nicely on the pink. I'm going to try and forget about that foul stroke. That cost him a frame.
Yeah, this is a big frame. 4-1 would take quite a bit of retrieving. 3-2, he's right back in the mix.
15.
And he is playing well, Barry Hawkins. Excellent performance to beat Ding Junhui, who's been showing signs of his old form.
16.
Well, ideally, if you could play between the gap there for the red that's closest to the left corner, that would be a good red to take, because you'd want to take that at some stage so that the black would be able to go to both pockets. And he's on that red. He would have liked to have missed that red, just come through the gap.
21.
But he's got choice of pink or blue. Don't think he can hold for the black. On the pink nicely. Oh, well,
Hawkins, 22.
Barry will be very disappointed with that. Did get a good kiss on this red, otherwise Hawkins would have been nicely on it. Sorry, Walden would have been nicely on it.
One. Four. 5.
Played that well with a touch of left hand side to get the cannon to the red. Left him on the other red to the left corner.
12.
Difficult shot to play, but it really opened things up, getting that shot.
13.
And now if he can Get this red to the left of the black. That opens the black into both pockets.
$20. 21. 28. 29. 36. 37.
Beginning to look a little ominous again for Barry Hawkins. He missed that straight pink.
Could have done with a little bit more speed there in the cue ball.
43.
Been straighter on this red. Just left it a little awkward.
$44. 49.
Well, he had the first chance, missed the pink. Relatively simple pink to the right corner.
50.
And it's looking like it's going to cost him. It's Ricky Walden who's made the big breaks in this match so far.
Yes, Hawkins has the highest, the 119 clearance, but it's Walden who's consistently made frame-winning contributions. 57, 63, 73, and now the chance for something similar to take a 4-1 lead.
Well, it looked like he could just stun for the red to the right corner, but apparently not, so he has to play the cannon, missed it. So this game not over yet. Just looking at the scoreboard. Tells him he's 34 in front. Still needs a couple of reds. Oh, what a great recovery shot. Knew he couldn't leave anything, but nevertheless, still a great shot. 35 ahead, 42 with the black. Still needs another red.
Terrific cueing from Walden to keep the break going.
Doesn't look like the reds are available to the middle, but they are to the corners. Yellow and green pockets.
$64.
Now he's got to be careful here, because if he plays the pot and misses it, he leaves himself open to an easy snooker. Unless he leaves the cue ball where the red is, because he only needs the red. And that would be the wise shot to play, just play to pot the red. If he draws the cue ball back for the black and misses the red, he's in trouble next shot.
42 the lead. 43 left. Frame ball.
65.
Great pot. Absolutely great pot.
Well, I wonder where this form has come from for Ricky Walden. Only just scraped through qualifying for the China Open, which starts on Monday. Poor season by his standards coming into this tournament.
72.
This is the Ricky Walden that won 3 ranking titles and has made the World Championship semi-finals. And it's going to take
73.
something pretty special for Barry Hawkins to turn this around now.
Although he has come back a few times against Ricky Walden. As you said, Philip, Ricky was leading in the World Championship.
Yes, he was 12-8 up and lost 17-14, but of course Hawkins hasn't got that room to manoeuvre here, with Walden only needing 2 more.
82.
And this is his best break of the match so far, and he's made plenty of good ones. Chance for the century.
86.
Really good stuff.
91.
His 16th year as a pro. Closing in on his 207th century break.
97. 104.
Terrific stuff from Ricky Walden. It really is top draw snooker, and he thoroughly merits the big advantage he now enjoys over that man Barry Hawkins. It's Ricky Walden who leads 4-1. A long way back now for Barry Hawkins. Ricky Walden in tremendous touch. Breaks of 57, 63, 73 and 104 to take him 4-1 clear. Just 2 away from a place in the Players' Championship final and a meeting with either Sean Murphy or Mark Allen, who do battle this evening. Terrific snooker. The one frame Hawkins won was courtesy of a 119 clearance, so it really has been first-rate stuff. But Hawkins, Joe, has missed a couple of key balls, not least that straight pink in the previous frame.
Yes, and it comes back to that third frame, doesn't it, where he was in and he made a foul on the black. And he hasn't really recovered from there. As you say, he was in the last frame, but
Ricky
it's that easy pink, and I think that may be still on his mind, you know. He's got to get right out of his mind. He's got to play top draw stuff now if he's going to get back into this game, Barry Hawkins.
Walden has done a great job of punishing those mistakes to the full.
And again, I think he has left this red to the left corner. Missed it the last time round. Not this time though.
1.
Well, he's got to win this frame, Barry Hawkins, otherwise it's surely too big an ask.
Barry Hawkins.
No way to get to the reds, so played the safety. A little unfortunate, really, from such a good red. He's pushed one over the corner. He's got a good cue ball, but you would fancy Barry Hawkins to pot this red. The cue ball would be going into the cluster of reds. You need to hope to skim off one of them. And that's what he did. He just skimmed off that red, which has given him a chance at this blue. Big shot this coming up. It's going to have position, so this has to go in. Yep, he knew
Barry
how
Hawkins.
important that shot was, and just punched it a little too hard.
One.
So it's down to Ricky Walden again. He's in, cueing well. Red's nicely spread around the black. Is he a little heavy? Looks like he is.
5.
This red will cut to the left corner. But didn't really get into the cue ball as he wanted. Hit that cushion too far down. He knows the importance of punishing Hawkins for missing the blue. But if you can't pot one, you can't pot one.
Ricky Walden. 5.
The two reds on the left side cushion just hindering the safety play of trying to get in behind the colours. So no option but to play the cue ball down the left side of the table. But there is a red that will go to the right corner now. Yeah, good shot. Couldn't really hold the cue ball. Had a chance to play the snooker. Or a good safety.
Barry Hawkins. 1.
Bit high, and if this bounces,
Foul, the miss. Barry Hawkins, 4.
now does the red go to the middle? Nope, so back it goes. Needs to get a little closer to the middle pocket. And a little slower. Yep, just caught it.
Sportingly applauded by Barry Hawkins. Desperate to get this frame on the board and get a foothold here in this semi-final. He's been outplayed since he made that century clearance. Walden tied on the baulk cushion.
Just under hit it. Has left a chance at this long red, but he's in that kind of position where he can't afford to play that long straight red for the black. Doesn't want to go 5-1 down, and he got so close to that. Just what he didn't want. The angle on the middle pocket. But that cue ball has gone close to the cushion. In fact, it's gone tight to the cushion.
One.
Every shot is a pressure shot now for Hawkins.
Eight. Nine. $16.
He could play the higher red, skim off the two reds by the pink. That's what he's looking at. It frees the two reds and the pink. Well, back to that original shot. This looks the more attacking shot.
17.
But didn't play it well. And this isn't a tough. Good pot. Well, the cannon didn't work out, and looks like he's just left with a safety.
24. Barry Hawkins, 24.
You'd have liked that cue well closer to the cushion. And that's the reason why.
1.
Oh, he's on the yellow. Oh, he's got the easy snooker. Yellow to maybe take a 5-1 lead. Problem with the snooker, he should be able to land up to the 2 reds behind the black.
Ricky Walden.
Well, he never
1.
liked it. He didn't want to play it. You could almost sense that he wanted to play the snooker.
Always wide. It's a huge frame this, the difference between 5-1 and 4-2.
Eight. Nine.
Could have just done with a little bit more speed. The last time round he played for the pink, he could have played for the yellow, which would have given him easy position on the next red.
15. $16.
Gradually working his way to getting a frame on the board here. 41 the lead. 44 with the green. 67 left.
$19. $20.
So Walden needing a snooker.
27.
That eases the pressure with this red.
.28.
He's stopped the rot. 3 straight frames have gone the way of Ricky Walden, but Barry Hawkins is back in the match, barring snookers.
28. Barry Hawkins.
43 left, 53 the difference, 3 snookers required.
One.
Green and pink in a nice spot. And so is the blue, really. If you play the cannon to the blue, brings the blue off
8.
the cushion and half a chance of snookering behind the pink.
Ricky Walden.
Looks good.
8.
And every chance of a free ball here, depending on how he plays it. Mustn't hit the black. Yeah, good shot. This is close. Ricky Walden knew as soon as he saw the cue ball coming down the table, he tapped the table.
Well, that surely sets the seal on this frame.
Barry
And
Hawkins
Ricky
fourth,
Walden
conceded
looks at
to
Barry
Barry.
Hawkins and says, yeah, you can have that one. So Hawkins crucially winning the 6th frame to keep his hopes of reaching the final alive. But Barry Hawkins is still leading by 4 frames to 2. He needs 2 more to go through. The match without a significant break, but it's a very significant frame for Barry Hawkins because he's won it to stop the rot and keep his hopes alive here at the Players' Championship. 4-2, Ricky Walden leading. 6 is the target for a place in tomorrow's final and a meeting with either Sean Murphy or Mark Allen, who are in action later on. And it has been a high-class match. Walden with breaks of 57, 63, 73 and 104. Hawkins with that 119 clearance in the 2nd frame to level. And then he sat out most of the next 3. He did have 1 or 2 chances, which he failed to take, ruthlessly punished by Walden. But Hawkins has that 6th frame on the board. So he remains in touch. 5-1, I think Joe would have been too much, but 4-2, and he's still very much in it.
Well, absolutely. You know, next frame, all important. As long as he can keep, as long as Barry Hawkins can keep Ricky Walden off 5, you know, he'll feel that he can still get back into this match. It's when Walden hits 5 that the real pressure gets underway. But I think both players are playing well. It's just the odd shot here and there with Barry Hawkins, but he is being heavily punished for any misses that he does make. Didn't get punished in the last frame, but he has done so far. He's only made that 119 break, Barry. After that, it's all been Walden.
Thank you. Frame 7.
Time for
Barry
it to
Hawkins
change.
to break.
Can he keep the revival going?
Well, this time he's got a good cue ball, but he's still left that red to the right corner. That's good speed.
Touching ball.
Well, if it was tough last time from there, let's put him back in the same place. And as long as he gets the cue ball close to the cushion. He's misjudged this one, and he might have left the red on.
Barry Hawkins, 4.
Well, no. Had it bounced an inch, he would have been tempted by that red.
You just check that, please, Ben. Bit further. A little bit more. Yeah, okay.
A little
Foul.
closer.
And this, Barry Hawkins, 4. Okay. You must hit it at this time or you'll lose the frame, okay?
So he's been warned. He's got to hit a red because he can see a red full ball. He's got to hit a red, so he's going to take this red on now. Oh, so close as well. But he has left a red. The red above the black is the easiest one if it goes. So, Barry Hawkins in with a chance.
Four. Five.
Well, he could go into them here. I'll just play for that loose one. above the black.
$12. $13.
Again, he just overscrewed that one. Left the black a little awkward. And that was an attacking shot that he's played there. Opening the reds.
20.
Trying to draw the red towards that right corner, which he did, but he's got a little bit too much screw on the cue ball. Still has his red to the left middle. Oh,
21.
just wriggling.
One good pot here, and Hawkins is really in business. Those are the margins, aren't they? Had he missed that red, might have been looking at 5-2 down now. Great chance for 4-3.
27.
It would boost his confidence if he could do it in one visit.
$28.
Nothing he can do. Just try and prepare himself. He's overscrewed that one. Wanted to be straight on the red to the left corner.
33.
He's put himself under needless pressure here. Good
34.
recovery. And just about the right side. The red below the pink is available to the left corner.
39.
The black doesn't go to the right corner. Is
Barry
a
Hawkins,
relatively easy
39.
red, and he's left one on, and this could be very costly.
Well, that's 3 relatively easy balls that Hawkins has missed in this match. The previous 2 both cost him frames. Expensive will that one be?
One.
There's a lot of pressure on Ricky Walden now to take a 5-2 lead within sight of the semi-final by 1 frame.
It could be the pivotal moment in this semi-final, couldn't it? That miss from Hawkins when he was pretty
3.
close to winning his 2nd straight frame and getting within 1. If Walden can punish him for that error in the way he did with the previous 2 by Hawkins, that would be a hammer blow. 3 up with 4 to play. Long way back for Hawkins, if he can do it.
4.
Well, a good red to play for would be that red that's blocking the black going into that right.
9.
Couldn't do it the last time round.
Ten.
And he's left it straight. So he's going to have to take the brown or the green. Well, he's trying to think that he can play the blue and then play that red behind the pink with the rest, but that red with the rest would be more difficult than what the brown is now. See, this to me
15.
looks a more difficult shot than the brown.
Bit of pressure on this one. If it goes wrong, it'll almost certainly be 4-3.
$16.
It went right.
Yes, he did. He played it very well, and he's on the black.
Such a big frame in the context of this match.
23.
Be a huge setback for Hawkins if Walden does the business here, having had his own chance to get to within a frame.
$24.
Could have played that a bit better.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem. He's got the red to the right corner. Just needs to bounce off the cushion. Leave a nice angle on the red to be able to get to the black. You'd like to finish fairly straight on the
30.
black here, so you can play the red close to the black.
31.
And that looks okay.
Closing in on Hawkins' tally.
38. 39.
Oh, he's left this a little straight. Would have liked an angle on this red to come out from the black.
46.
And he was perfect on the black. Could have left the cue ball anywhere.
$47.
It's all about the last red.
Yes, he got hold of that one well. Plays up for the blue
54.
this time round. I think he can just about reach over and pot this without needing the rest.
55.
And now, Ricky Walden, well and truly favourite to take a 5-2 lead.
Played that red very well, didn't he? Just the right amount of backspin to stay the underside of the blue.
60.
Get easy position on the yellow. And once
62.
again, he has punished Barry Hawkins' mistake in style. It's all about 3 missed
65.
pots this match, all of them from Hawkins. All of them have resulted in him losing the frame. Had he got those 3
69.
pots, he could be the man within a frame of victory. As it is, he's going to have to win the final 4 frames available.
74.
It's going to be tough against an in-form Ricky Walden.
$80.
Yet another break. But has won a frame.
87 frame,
It's clinical
Ricky
stuff from Ricky Walden. It really is terrific stuff. 87 this time, and now he's on the cusp of another major final. Barry Hawkins ruining the errors he's made. He trails 5-2. Ricky Walden has had a season to forget. Up until this tournament here in Manchester, he has clicked into gear in pretty sensational fashion, and he's continued the form he's shown in getting to the semi-finals here today with 5 frame-winning contributions, including that 87 just now when Hawkins was in with a healthy lead, missed an easy one, and spent the rest of the frame in his chair. That's happened 3 times this afternoon, and that's why Walden is 5-2 clear rather than Barry Hawkins. He's been so ruthless when he's had the opportunity to punish his opponent's mistakes. So just 1 more frame required, a possible 4 remaining.
Okay, Ricky. Thank you. Frame 8. Ricky Walden to break.
Still to come. Sean Murphy against Mark Allen.
Point of no return. If he misses a shot, could be his last one, although he's got away with that. Maybe a red available to the yellow pocket, but very difficult.
Foul, miss. Ricky Walden, 4.
Well, that won't be going back. Caught the brown, then the green.
At least he can smile about it, but I think Hawkins' brain is a little bit scrambled right now. He knows that he's made some crucial errors in this match, which have cost him dearly. But you have to give a lot of credit to the man at the table for punishing them in the way he has. Is this the opportunity he's been looking for to seal victory? I think this is the best performance of the week that I've seen in terms of heavy scoring, taking your chances, making the most of them. And we know how well Hawkins played to get here, outplayed Ding Junhui in the previous round. Today he's been outplayed.
There's a red in the middle of that cluster that will go to the left corner.
8.
And it looks like he's got the angle to play onto the black. There it is.
No.
Ideally, like to play onto that red to the right of the black.
No flies on Ricky this afternoon.
Just hard enough. May have to play up for the brown or blue, but
16.
he might just be able to hold for the black.
$17.
And that's perfect. Now if he's going to play into them, maybe if he misses the pink on the right, that will take a red towards that right corner pocket. Caught the pink.
$22.
It's looking like end of break then.
Yes, he's got a red to the middle, but it's very difficult to get onto a colour from it.
And surely not worth the risk with such a strong position. 5-2, 26 points in front in the frame he needs to win. Keep the pressure on. You can tell he's in two minds though.
Yeah, he can skim off the reds as well and try and get in behind the green. So he has got shots he can play. Didn't catch it thin
Ricky
enough.
Walden, 22.
Left an easy safety shot for Barry Hawkins to try and get that cue ball in behind the green and yellow. Well, he didn't play the treble, raising his hand, but this is a good chance. Good angle on the green to go into the reds.
Four. Five.
Well, when you're 5-2 down in a race to 6, you need all the luck you can get.
Well, that was a poor positional shot. He's finished nicely on the brown, but that's not what he played. He played the brown to the right middle. He's going to have to try and screw up for the blue here. Didn't bring the cue ball back far enough. And it didn't work out.
Just a safety.
Barry Hawkins, 10.
Well, given the magnitude of the fluke and the fact that he got a rather fortunate position on the brown, Hawkins has got to be disappointed that the break finished as early as it did there.
Yes, and he has left a red to the right corner. And there's a path back towards baulk. He only needs one of those to go in. He's left a red to the left corner, but all of these are massive shots now for Barry Hawkins. He can't afford to take one on and miss it. No idea what's going to happen to the red. Ricky Walden can afford to take one on, leading 5-2. Doesn't need to take the long straight red. He's got reds that he can play to the left corner with some safety in mind. In the green, and if he pots the red, caught it much too thick, but he's got a good cue ball by the looks of it. Oh, just caught the green. Close.
Ricky Walden a millimetre away from laying a fiendish snooker behind the green.
The red behind the black looks a good red to play the safety off. Caught it a little too thick, and he's brought the red down the table. But it's safe. Now, is there a pot on? Can he miss the black? If he can, worth taking on.
Big crowd in today. And a lot at stake.
This is the ball. Yeah, good pot, and he managed to miss the black.
One.
Now, is he going to be on a colour? Is he? Another 1/4 of an inch. Looking at taking the blue on. Could leave the cue ball hampered in front of the yellow. That would be tough.
Looks like he's going for it. And he's missed it.
Wow. How
Ricky
close
Walden,
was that?
one.
But what a great chance for Barry Hawkins. Nothing safe. Well, full marks for trying to win the match there from that tough yellow.
Well, Walden has made a habit of punishing Barry Hawkins for his potting errors today. Can Hawkins give his opponent a taste of his own medicine? He's going to have to, you feel, to stay in this match.
One.
Has to make full this chance.
Eight. Nine. $16. 17.
That riddled and dropped in.
24.
Fortunately, he's not going to need that difficult red on the cushion.
25. 32.
Not going to get a better chance than this, surely, to keep the match alive, Hawkins.
$33. 40. 41.
Left a nice angle to move up towards that red next to the blue.
$48.
So red in the colour.
49.
Well, he's hit it a little hard. Could have done with that last red. Just one snooker to tie. So not out of it yet, Ricky Walden.
56. Barry Hawkins, 56.
Should be enough to keep his hopes alive. The difference, 35 on, one snooker to tie. Crowd engrossed. I wonder how much more they're going to see this afternoon. Is Hawkins set for a dramatic fight back? Hasn't quite got this frame won yet, but he should do.
Yes, the green and brown in a pretty good place. Very close. And so is this. Makes it a little easier. Chance here. Try to get that cue ball in behind the brown and green. That cue ball was going pretty close to the pocket.
Hawkins rode his luck just now, didn't he? Not only with the fluke snooker, but the fact that the cue ball was travelling could easily have given the 4 penalty points that would have allowed Walden the opportunity to tie this frame.
Yes, and the black in and out. A good spot. Oh, he's not hard enough. Too hard. Played it with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball. Number 1, to avoid the in-off. Number 2, chance to get in behind the black as well, which he nearly accomplished. That makes it a little bit easier if he can avoid this red going in. Walden's got the black in a really good position there. The red's in.
Barry Hawkins.
The game's conceded.
Hawkins does keep the match alive. The initial 50+ break after Ricky Walden missed a thin cut on the yellow, which might have given him the match, has enabled Hawkins to keep it alive. Walden leading 5-3. Still needs one more frame. Barry Hawkins hanging on by the skin of his teeth, having won the 8th to get back to 5-3, but he's still got to win the remaining 3 to turn this around. A tall order, but not impossible by any means. And Walden did have a chance to close out the match there. Missed a tricky little thin cut on the yellow, and Hawkins punished him. So this is how it's all looking as regards the draw, and of course our second semi-final is coming up later on today. Sean Murphy, who scraped past Ben Wollaston in a scrappy but compelling match last night, will take on Mark Allen, who was rather more comfortable against Mike Dunn, winning 4-1. That's coming at 8 o'clock Central European time this evening. You can watch it all with Dave Hendon and Mike Hallett. Winner of that to play the winner of this for the title tomorrow. Glitterball doing its stuff. Best of 19 games for the title over 2 sessions tomorrow. First to 10. And £100,000 to go with the winner's trophy. Seriously good money. And of course, the money equates to ranking points now, which take immediate effect.
Okay.
So
Thank
an awful
you.
lot at
Frame
stake
9.
for these remaining 4
Barry
players.
Hawkins to break.
Well, that's a good break off. Maybe you could come off the left side cushion, land up into the reds. The path back to baulk, hindered by that red on the right side cushion. Well, that cue ball has just come away from the red, so Barry just might be tempted by this red to the middle. Cue ball looks to be going close to the green pocket. Not close enough to the cushioned cue ball.
Hawkins won this title 2 years ago. And he wasn't originally supposed to be playing in it. He qualified by default after a withdrawal. From memory, it was Joe Perry who pulled out. Hawkins getting a late entry, went on to win the title. Not so much a bird's eye view as a moth's eye view.
Well, he caught that one well. Pretty little thing, isn't it?
Having a wash. Well, the reds are inviting for whoever gets in, albeit that pink and black are currently not ideally placed.
Caught it too thick. Now, what can Ricky Walden do? The opener to the left middle. The black is available, but he'd like to get rid of that red that's closest to the black spot before taking it on.
One.
Missed the cannon to the red, if that's what he played.
Three.
Well, I'm not sure which red he played for. Maybe that one behind the pink.
Four.
Well, he's just got to play this with a little bit of stun to avoid the green, but not too much to get the pocket. And
Ricky
he
Walden,
just made
four.
that a little hard, and I thought it was right from the first shot when he missed the cannon to the red next to the blue.
Well, perhaps for the first time in this semi-final, Ricky Walden showing a bit of muddled thinking. Maybe the pressure is beginning to increase, so close to the winning line. That was a good opportunity to at least get a sizable break. And that will encourage Hawkins.
One.
Well, he's finished on the black, but a little fortunate, but this is still a tough shot. Doesn't have to play it. Can play the safety. If he were to miss this black, it could be his last shot. That's a good pot. But I don't think he's on an easy red.
8.
Then again, it's right through the gap.
Nine.
Any better?
What a chance this has now become to close the gap to one frame.
$16. $17. $24.
The standard in this match has been excellent. There's been at least a 50 break in all but one frame.
25.
And this could be a biggie as well. Much more importantly for Barry Hawkins, it could put him within just one frame of Ricky Walden. 4-1 and 5-2 behind. It was looking a bit grim, but Walden's going to start to feel the heat if Hawkins can do the job here.
Screwed it by a good 4 or 5 inches.
32.
Our friend's back.
I can only assume someone's opened Johnson's wallet without telling.
33.
Good recovery. I haven't got a wallet, by the way. There's too much month left at the end of the money.
38.
This red on to the left corner. He could be going into the other red. And he's not going to know what's going to happen to the cue ball. And that red going over the middle pocket has made things very difficult. May have to just touch the black. Leave the cue ball on top of the other red, just below it.
Barry Hawkins,
Wasn't much else he
39.
could do there.
Well, he'll be disappointed, Hawkins, because he knows, and that look tells you, it was a chance to win the frame. As it is, a 35-point lead is handy.
Ricky Walden could have played that shot last time round. Left the cue ball dead on the cushion, which would have caused problems to roll up to the red.
Needs to continue in the same vein that got him into this strong position. He's been outstanding for the vast majority of this match. Shouldn't have any self-doubts now.
He might be able to play the cue ball in behind the pink. Didn't want to risk moving that red to the right corner.
Sounds like the rain's arrived in Manchester. Who'd have believed that?
He's got a reasonably good cue ball, but he's left a red to the left middle. And to the right middle as well. Neither of them are easy. Lots of pressure on it because that red just below the pink is going to be available. If he misses, but he didn't miss. And what a brave shot that was. On the green, blue and black, and possibly the brown.
Good red from Walden. What can he make from it?
Four.
That's proper rain by the sound of things.
5.
Hope there's no hole in the roof.
Ten. $11.
Now they're all there for the taking. Won't need the difficult pink.
$18.
10 points behind. Nothing safe.
$19.
Allows for a good positional shot on the black.
$26.
If you can hold easily for the blue, you could play down for the brown. And the green.
Well, apologies for our temporary loss of pictures. One or two technical issues which we're trying to rectify as soon as we possibly can. Ricky Walden at the table with the chance to potentially close this match out at this visit. Still with plenty of work to do, but he's given himself the opportunity. Barry Hawkins closing to 5-3 behind in the previous frame, hoping to get to within one. Walden hoping to deny him that chance and book his place in the final here at the Players' Championship, and a meeting with either Sean Murphy or Mark Allen, who are coming up later on this evening. We'll be back after the break, and hopefully the technical issues will have been resolved. We're back with you, and this is live. Apologies for the loss of pictures, but it's beginning to look rosy for Ricky Walden, as you can see. An excellent break this, and he's now on the cusp. He needs the brown and the blue, and Barry Hawkins will require snookers. What a performance this has been by Ricky Walden. He's scored heavily throughout. He's punished Barry Hawkins' mistakes with frame-winning breaks.
51.
So, 16 the difference. And I can tell you that that deluge that you may have heard on our corrugated roof here in Manchester was the cause of our loss of pictures, so apologies for that. They do get some weather in these parts. This is match ball, and he's missed it. He's only gone and missed it.
Walden, 51.
A little bit like the shot with Sean Murphy yesterday, wasn't it? He caught it a little thick. He didn't play the brown as well as what he could have done, to be fair.
Well, I've got to think that he got a kick there because he's missed it by such a margin. He didn't have to play any position.
Is this cuttable?
Didn't even threaten the jaw, did it? Wow, what a moment. Ricky Walden seemingly closing out a victory. Barry Hawkins still alive by the skin of his teeth. Will it cut? It's thin. Doesn't look like it.
He took the risk on the double kiss.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. He thinks he got a kick. And the cue ball cleaned. But really it was the brown, wasn't it? He didn't get quite far enough down onto the blue.
As you say, Joe, shades of Sean Murphy last night against Ben Wollaston. Murphy short of pace on the blue, missed the blue, ultimately won the frame. Walden hoping for a similar scenario here. $16 the difference, 18 remaining. And if Hawkins could somehow pot these remaining three colours, well, what a huge psychological blow that would be to Ricky Walden.
Yes, not going to be this shot though. No attempt at the pot. Trying to get in behind the black. And just caught it a little thick. Well, he could try and get that cue ball in behind the black, because a snooker would be as good as a pot. Pink's safe, so if you did leave a long blue on, it wouldn't be a disaster. That's where he's played. Just caught it a little bit thin. just take this blue on. Cue ball's going towards the pink. He took it on, missed the pink. What a great shot. Terrific shot. And a natural angle this to send the pink round the angles and in behind the black. Didn't get any topspin on the cue ball.
Barry
He's got
Hawkins,
the pink
5.
safe-ish.
Walden walks round to have a look. It's a very thin cut if he was tempted. But it's all he needs for the match.
Snooker's just as good, but a great pot.
Well, what a performance from Ricky Walden. He would have been a bit worried when he missed the blue, but there's no question he has deserved his win today, and that's what it means to him. Fantastic performance. Made some big breaks, punishing his opponent's errors. He's through to the final, 6-3.